My name is Christopher, and I lead the concierge team here at Emma. So our offices are huge trolley barns, so big open air environments and workspaces, but we have these small offices throughout that we lovingly call the pods. The idea came up of what if we made a challenge around recreating these pods in a way that feels like Emma. We decided to pick landmarks around Nashville. Some things in Nashville just had to have a pod. So the pod challenge, 8 pods, 8 team leads, a team to help them, $250, 5 days and a theme. Everything else was up to them. Leading the pod challenge, we had Taylor, Kevin, Josh, Lauren, Casey, Kelly, and Kelly.
Our theme was Greer Stadium.
Musica.
The LNC building.
The Ryman Auditorium.
Fort Nashville.
Robert's Western World.
The Hermitage Hotel.
Printers Alley.
Initially, I really wasn't very excited because I don't know much about sports.
I got to pick mine first,
so I chose it first. This was the last theme that was chosen actually because people thought it would be the hardest theme, but it turned out to actually be, I think, an easier theme. So I was pretty happy with it.
I really liked getting the Roberts theme. I also liked it because it's such a signature look that it's kind of hard to go wrong with it.
I was a little nervous about getting the Hermitage Hotel at first because the hotel is so extravagant and fancy. I was a little worried about the budget and trying to make it work, but it all came together.
Biggest challenge is probably budget, and we solved it because we used drop cloths from Home Depot instead of actually buying fabric.
It was hard for everybody to get together as a group at one time, so that was a challenge, but we just got around it by sort of delegating and working whenever we could during the week and during the day.
It was a challenge to focus on the mother church aspect with the church pew, create some texture with the brick wall.
I think the biggest challenge our team faced was when we were installing the wood on the wall. It turns out that it was really, really hard and we didn't have a nail gun, and so it was kind of a mystery as to how we were going to get it up on the wall until finally we were able to borrow another team's drill.
The biggest challenge my team faced was probably trying to find these beautiful yellow chairs. We drove out to Christiana, Tennessee, which is really far at rush hour traffic and sort of in the middle of nowhere, and picked them up.
The biggest challenge that we faced was trying to make sure that we were capturing the uniqueness of Printers Alley without taking it too far to the trashy side.
You know, it's one thing to come up with an idea, but to have something big like this happen, it really takes a buy-in from everybody.
This pod was definitely a team effort, and I left out with an awesome team. Mark actually made this desk here, which none of the rest of us really had the tools or equipment to do that.
Ryan helped dye all the fabric, sew all the fabric, and hang it all up. Yeah, I think it brought me closer to everyone on my team.
Everybody really kind of equally pitched in once we got the idea out there.
Carrie was willing to go anywhere to Lowe's to buy paint and found our stained glass film for the windows.
I don't know what I would have done without Mary Claire on my team. She was a huge part in every aspect of the room. And then Kale, Fernando, and Pete were instrumental in getting our wood collage up on the wall.
My favorite part of the room is definitely the Miller High Life sign that we found. That was Art's find. He did some antique digging and came up with that one. It was pretty awesome.
I love the hot pink wall that we have so much that I just painted a room in my house hot pink, and it's awesome. My favorite thing about our pod is the surprise element of coming in here and shutting the door and getting a little surprise that if you've been to Printers Alley, you recognize immediately.
My favorite part of the pod design would be probably the chairs and these end tables and sort of all the knickknacks, the fan, and I don't know, I really like it all.
So now that the pods are done, it is no longer a chore to schedule a meeting. And they're no longer pod 1, pod 2, pod 3. They really are the Hermitage and Musica, Greer Stadium. The challenge really was give people just enough time and money to get dangerous and creative and see what they do. And they do pretty amazing things.